Hello, I am here at the park again. Let's see. I don't know why I'm not in the middle of the screen. We'll see. I think I can move myself to the middle. Um, I hope everybody watching is doing really well. We have some exciting things we're going to be exploring today, including testing Opal by Google, which is something new that I found out about. So we're going to take a pause on doing the Swift file iPhone app thing and see if Google's new experimental tool can do it for us. So we'll see what happens. Before we do that, though, let me show you something else by Google that might be kind of cool that you might be interested in. So let me share my screen here. So I'm going to actually open up my Google Drive, and I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. I'm going to show you a few things. So you can see here, and I think I have some beta features turned on. So if you don't see this, you can search online or ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini how to turn this on. But we have a feature where you can hit equals, and then there's this generative text with AI function, or generative formula with Gemini, which I haven't tried, but I have tried this generative text with AI function, and it's really interesting. So I'll show you exactly what I did. I have some tasks, some chores around the house that I wanted to see if some teenagers in my neighborhood would be willing to do for me. And so I put them into a spreadsheet. So I'm just going to kind of quickly recreate this. I'm going to, see, we'll just start right here. I'm going to put mow my lawn. I think it's about a total of 6,000 square feet. Something like that. You want to put some specific details. We'll put weeding and edging my lawn, and I'll put that again, total of 6,000 square feet. Hopefully you can see this. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger so it's a little bit easier for you to see here. Okay, and then we'll put clean, wash the inside of all my garbages, and we'll just leave it there. And then what I can do is I can say, okay, equals, and I can use this feature here, and then at the end of what I tell it to do, so this is your prompt in here, then you can put comma, and you can put the cell name, and it will reference that cell name. Hopefully I'm doing this right, because this is how I did it before. So I'm going to put estimate a number, I'll put how long this will take in hours. Output a number only, and I'll say do your best with the information you have, even if you have to guess to fill in the rest of the unknowns. Okay, so you're basically just using this like you would a prompt in ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok. So we're going to hit that, and it's going to say that it's going to take about 2 hours. I would say that's overestimating, so maybe we could add to this prompt. Let's see. I'll put assume those working on the task are highly efficient with their time. Okay, and sometimes it's kind of weird, so I'm going to actually cut it out and then paste it back in. Sometimes I found that it's a little bit weird. It's still giving me 2, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here. We're going to do this for C4. and it's giving me 3. And then we're just gonna copy that down. Let's see how long inside the garbages will take. And it's saying here, here I'll make this bigger. Calculations are not supported, which is not true. It did just do a calculation. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that back in. And again, with AI, sometimes you get a different output every time. So we'll just see if it will do it this time. It might take a minute. And then over here I can say, okay, I want to pay this person $10 an hour, so I might do 10 times this cell, which is just pretty standard what I would do across the board, and it's still estimating. Maybe we'll take this out for a minute and refresh, and then paste it back in. There we go. It's saying it will take 15 minutes, which I think this actually will take the longest of all of this. So it's only so useful, but that was interesting, right? So I'll go in and delete this later. I'm going to name this delete, so I remember to delete it from my Google Drive. But you get the idea. I thought this was really interesting. And that's just one thing I thought of that I tried it with. But there's all sorts of things that you can try it with, right? You could literally just give it something, give it a prompt. Say, give me a 3-word summary of the 3-word summary. Actually, I'll do this, and then I'm going to put C7 here. And it isn't going to generate anything because I don't have anything. And I'll say first president of the US, right? And actually, we'll go like this. We'll do, no, it's fine. I could actually make this be first, second, third, fourth, and then put president of the United States and like put it together in a cell. There's a way to put 2 cells together, but anyway, we won't do that. So again, sometimes it's kind of funky. You have to like paste it back in, and hopefully you can see this okay. I might need to move this over to the other side of my screen so you can see it. So it said first US president. That's not very helpful. Give me a 3-word summary of the person's character traits. How about we try that? Okay, let's see if this regenerates or if I have to copy it back in. And then I could put second president of the US, right? And third president of the US. I don't even know if this is smart enough to do this, but if we were to go down, oh no, it doesn't do that, but I could just keep going down, right? Oh, third. Maybe it's because I spelled third wrong. Let's see if it will. No, but that's okay. So you can see, for some reason, it doesn't work sometimes. You have to recopy the cell in. There we go. Honest, brave leader. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing here. Oh, but we're going to change this to be C8. Again, I might have to recopy and paste this in here. Okay, and then we'll do fourth president of the US and fifth president of the USC, and I don't even have to tell it who these presidents are. And now I can just copy and paste this over. So I could do all the presidents of the United States, and it would give me a 3-word summary of each of these presidents. And then I could have a different cell maybe that says equals AI. Okay. Oh, let's see. Is that right? Is that what I wanted it to be? Yeah, AI. Okay, so equals AI, and then I'm going to put the name of this person, and then I'm going to put C7 again, and then we've got George Washington, we'll put C8 here, John Adams, and we'll copy this down, right? So I don't even have to know who these presidents are. And now I have in this table the names of the presidents, and I have a 3-word summary of their character here, and this was all generated by AI. So this is interesting, feature by Google. I'll also mention that the CEO of Microsoft, Satya, oh man, I can't. Let me actually just use my AI. Who is the CEO of Microsoft? Open his LinkedIn profile page. We'll just have AI do this for me. There we go. So he actually mentioned, let's see if we can find his post here. I'm going to close this out now. He mentioned that this was coming to Microsoft as well. Let's see if I can find his posts.
Here's what I found.
Here we go. Here it is. So you can see this will be coming to Excel as well. He says, I just love this, the new equals copilot function. So very similar. We're basically doing the same thing, but in Excel. So this will be coming to Excel as well. Maybe some of you already have it. I checked. I don't have it yet in Excel, but we just tried it out with Google Gemini, and it worked pretty well. So pretty cool. Okay, now let's go and move on to the main topic. So I'm going to open ChatGPT again, and we are going to be picking up where we left off. Let's see here, this scripture study app idea. Okay, so as you can see, I was having it troubleshoot a Swift file that I was trying to deploy, even though I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a developer, right? We were doing vibe coding, but I came across another Google feature that's called Opal. Okay, here it is. You can see I've already created some test apps here, and some of these worked. They didn't work exactly the way I wanted them to. They were a little bit buggy in how I expected Google to be able to work, but it worked. And so we're going to try this here. And so I'm just going to go back. We might be going a little ways back to the description that it gave me for a developer to use before it even started generating the code. So we might be okay, think really hard about this whole conversation and output a detailed plan. Yep, so this is what I want. So I'm going to copy this and put it into a new chat. I don't want to mess up this chat because next week we might pick up on this where we left off. And I'm just going to open up a new chat. And first I'm going to say, tell me everything you can about Google's new, say, experimental tool called Opal. Search the internet. Especially think hard about how to craft the best prompts for the mini apps it creates. And I'm going to give it the website, which is opal.withgoogle.com. Let me just make sure that's right. opalwithgoogle.com. Yep. And so if you want to check it out, that would be the website that you would go to. But we're just going to let this think for a while. While it's thinking and giving me an answer on this, let's just check to see how many views I have so far and make sure the live stream is going well. Looks like I'm going live. Looks like it's working. Let's make sure the sound's working. Sorry for the echo. Website that you would go to. Yep. Looks like it's working fine. Okay, we'll come back. Let this think for a minute. I'm trying to think what else I used AI for this week in my personal life that I might want to show. Looking through some of my chat history over here. Oh, here's an interesting one. Let me show you this. I created a new GPT. I'll open up a new tab and show you this. So you saw at the beginning of the live stream that I had tried to use this Google feature for estimating hours for tasks that I have to do around the house, like mowing the lawn, or cleaning out our garbages or things like that, that maybe I don't want to do myself. Maybe I want to pay someone to do. Maybe in the future an AI robot will be able to do this. That would be awesome. That would be really cool, right? But what I tested out didn't work super well, so I just created this GPT. I actually created this pretty quickly, and it's called House Project Chore Sheet Generator. I don't typically love, I'll show you here, the icons that it comes up with by itself, right? And so I have used my own custom prompt to come up with icons that I think look a little bit simpler and cleaner. And so let me show you what that is. So that is create a simple favicon icon for, and then I type in what I want the image of. Now, a favicon, in case you don't know, is what shows up right here on the top of your tab. So it has to be very simple and easy to see right away. You can see Google Opals is just this simple shape right here, right? But if I was to go to, I don't know, let's go to churchofjesuschrist.org, you can see it's just a very simple version of the church symbol that they have, right? Which you can also see over here, and you can see a more detailed version at the bottom of the page. So different websites have different favicon images. And so if I tell it to generate a favicon image, it will typically keep it very simple. So that's the way that I kind of make some of these images very simple. So anyway, just a little tip if you want to know. Let's see how this is doing. Still working. So let's go ahead and work on this. Create a simple favicon image for, maybe I'll say a robot cookie bakery. That's really interesting, but we'll let it think for a minute and generate an image. And you can see how this will be different than if I say generate a logo, right? So I'll do that in a new tab. I'll say generate a logo for a robot cookie bakery, right? And we'll see the difference over here. And we'll come back and check on those in a minute. But okay, here we go. It's telling me Google Opal, and it's telling me the best prompts to use. Now, I forgot to keep in my clipboard the information about the Scripture Study app, so we're going to go and copy that again. We have to scroll up to the top. I should have not copied other things. Okay, so here we go. And now we have that copied. We're going to come back over here. It's still writing it out, but I'll just paste this input here so it has it available. And then we'll come over and check on the cookie logo versus favicon icon. And still working on it. So come back over here. This is still generating. It's good. I actually like to see that it's continuing to generate like this, because I think it really thought really hard and gave me a thoughtful output. And just for your information, I'm not going to read any of this because I just want to prime it. I want it to provide itself with context that it will need for the next steps of the instruction. And then this is my next piece of context. So what I'm going to be saying, this is a developer plan for this app that I wanted to create from several live streams ago. I won't re-explain what it is, but I'm going to say, great, now you are an expert Opal prompt engineer. You are going to be taking these complex this complex app development plan and turning it into a prompt for Google Opal's, or I'll just say Opal, Opal's mini app. Cut out anything that Opal cannot do. Basically simplify this to the application of a mini app, right? Now I'm actually gonna tell it think hard and cut out anything, right? And then I'll just put a line here to kind of separate my prompt with the actual app instruction. So now we have the context of what Opal is, and we have the app instruction. So now we're going to see if it will come up with a simple prompt based on this huge amount of context that I can then take into Opal and try. Okay, so while we're letting that think for a minute, let's come back and check on these images. Okay, so here you can see we have this nice cookie robot cookie bakery. I love it. Love it. That looks great. But if we come back to the favicon image, which looks like it's still generating, we're probably going to have something very simple. Because if you were to put this whole thing, right, into the very top little bit of like a portion of a tab, the top of the page, that's too much. You'd want to simplify this. And that's what a favicon icon is, right? So it's a really great like trick to just force AI to generate something very simple. I don't know why this is taking so long. I don't know if I can come back. I don't know if I can say now turn this into a simpler favicon icon version, right? Now we'll see which one goes faster. I don't know why this one's taking so long, but let's check back on here. Okay, still thinking about crafting the mini prompt. That's totally fine. So let's maybe we'll just put both of these next to each other and see which one generates the image faster. I don't know if also live streaming, if that makes the responses take longer, but I'm just gonna take a little drink of water while we're waiting to see who wins the race on generating these images. Okay, that was a big drink of water. While we're waiting for these images to generate, let's give a word to our sponsors. Oh, just kidding. I don't have any sponsors. I just wanted to say something funny. But I'll keep an eye on this and just talk for a minute. So, some of you might be wondering, is this my yard? No, this is not my yard. This is a park, and this park has free Wi-Fi, and that's what I'm connected to. I come here in the mornings. Beautiful time of year. It's the end of summer. Excited for the beginning of fall. I love fall. It's my favorite season. And I bike here. So this is my setup in case you're wondering. I've got a bike here that I bike to the park. I have a table that I can fit. I can fold this table and this chair up and put them into my backpack, which I love, because then I can go and bike and work from anywhere. So I love that. And I don't have any sponsors. I'm not trying to make money from this YouTube channel. I'm mostly trying to hold myself accountable to learning new things with AI, but share my journey along the way to see if it's useful to anybody. Let's check back in to see how things are going. Looks like our images have not generated. Oh, okay, there we go. Now you can see the difference here. So here's like a full logo versus a favicon icon, right? The favicon icon is much simpler, right? And I could even say go even simpler than that, but it did a pretty good job. So we've got a favicon icon and we've got a logo, and you can see that the logo is more intricate and the favicon icon is more simple. So anyway, favicon, if you say generate a favicon icon, you're probably going to get something very simple, and it's gonna be a better output depending on what you want. Oh, and look, we have this little notification saying something else is done. So let's check back in. We'll close out of this favicon icon one. Not sure why it's taking so long, but let's check back in on our Opal instructions. And here we go. It thought for 2 minutes, and now we have our Opal instructions, and it's putting it in Markdown, which is a proven prompt engineering strategy that tends to work. And it looks like it's simplified it quite a bit. So this is awesome. Let's just copy and paste this into Opal and see what happens. Again, I'm not even going to read the instructions. We're vibe coding here. We're just going to try to see what it outputs by itself. So I'm going to say, here we go. This is what we want to build. I've described it. And it's probably going to give me some error because I have used Google Opal before, and I know that it's kind of buggy. It's new, and that's great. That's what it should be, because we're beta testing it right now. This is an experimental phase. But if it gives me some kind of weird error, I'll just come back into ChatGPT and paste that error in here and say fix it. And this is what vibe coding is, right? Oh, and it didn't give me an error. Wow, this is so cool. It's actually working. Whoa. This is way cool. I'm really excited about this. Okay, we're testing this right now. Waiting for user input. I don't know what input. It's upload your content list, your CSV. Okay, and then upload your what is this? Upload your listening progress. Upload today's date. Okay, this is interesting, but I don't want to have to be able to upload all of this. So this is cool. I love it, but it's asking me to upload a file in order to do this, and maybe that's fine, but I'd rather it do it automatically for me. So this is great, and I can see what it's trying to do, but this is not exactly what I want. So we'll call this scripture listener, and we'll call this V1, and we'll come back and create a new one. But I'm going to prompt ChatGPT. I'm going to say, this was a great start. However, ideally, I don't want to have to manually upload any spreadsheets or any other source data as the user. I want, and I'm going to put this in asterisks to really, as much of the data as possible to be configured by AI using internet data from the beginning. For example, the following websites, right? And if you don't know what this mini app is that I'm creating, I'm sorry for not giving you the explanation, but I'm just going to feed it a bunch of websites here. So we're going to say general conference, okay? And then we're going to say come follow me. Come follow me, Doctrine and Covenants. We'll just give it the 2025 manual. We could just give it, I don't know, maybe we'll give it both the main page for come follow me as well as, maybe, you know what, I'll just try to give it the main page and see how well it does. And then we'll also go to, I think it's magazines.churchofjesuschrist.org, and go to the Liahona. And where do I find the current issues of the, let's try liahona.churchofjesuschrist.org. I don't even know if this will work. It takes me back right here. I just want to see the main Liahona articles. I don't want to. Let's go back out to Liahona. There we go. This is the page I wanted. So then we'll go Liahona. Perfect. Rethink really hard and rewrite this prompt based on my feedback. So it's really cool that it generated a first version. I'm really actually genuinely excited about this. And it seems like we're really close. I'm actually going to go a little bit longer than a half an hour today because it feels like we're really close to having something that might work. So we'll wait for a minute and see how this does. While we're waiting, let's check on that other favicon image for fun and see how it did. Oh no, it's starting to rain. I might have to end. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Nope, that was our first one. Let's see. New chat. It's still generating. Not sure why. We'll just hit stop. I don't want this to eat up my... Oh, that's not working either. It's okay. But it's still trying to generate an image. Okay. And let's come back to Google Opal. Okay, it's still generating. Okay, we might have to pick up here next time because it's starting to rain here. I'll give it... Oh, I don't know how long I can give it because it's starting to rain. Bananas. Okay, well, we'll have to end. We'll end on a cliffhanger. We'll see how well this Opal thing works next time, and we'll go from there. Okay, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Oh, and by the way, please don't subscribe unless you really want to be here. I'd rather have three subscribers who really care about this content than 1,000 subscribers who don't care about it.